Welcome to the lesson on daily routine. So what do I do from the moment I get up until the moment I go to bed? And the first thing I always do is look to hydrate as soon as I get out of bed. And I do that with a glass of water to get the system going in the morning. And I also have a hot water and lemon, which is quite simply half a lemon squeezed and half a glass of cold water and then half a glass of hot water, just so it's warm so I can drink it pretty much immediately. I'll also add a bit of spice to this. I'll put some cayenne pepper in there to get it in the body, to get it firing up, particularly if it's chilly, get a bit of heat in the body. So that's sort of daily routine number one. And I get up any time from between 5:30 and 7 or 8 o'clock, and I always have done that. The next one is to have a shot of wheatgrass, which I'll do any time up to about 10 o'clock, depending on when I've had chance to get to the juicer. So I'll have a wheatgrass is the next thing that I'll do, along with a green juice. Now you can see that this is separated, and I left it like this, not to scare you away, is that sometimes, depending on what you put in the juices, they will separate. That's perfectly normal and something you do not need to worry about. They've not gone off. So all you need to do is give it a shake, and then you're ready to rock and roll with some juice. Now, as I said before, sometimes I don't have time to juice, and as I keep on reminding through this program, is that either get the real thing or get a powder or take a capsule. And they're like the three ways of getting the juice, or getting the nutrients into the body. So the greens drink that I've started using recently is Super Greens Mint by Sun Warrior, and I quite like it. So the next thing I'll consider, once I've had the lemon, the juice, then I'll have a breakfast. And sometimes I might have the breakfast, but I don't have breakfast every day. I might have breakfast maybe 3 times a week. Sometimes I don't have it at all, particularly if I'm in Florida. If I'm in the UK, I tend to have more breakfast, I guess, a bit colder. It's a routine that I have with the family and the children. So yeah, I have breakfast more often when I'm in the UK. So what are my breakfast options? In the meal prep and planning, we'll go into specifically what they are, but they're generally a bowl of oats or millet, or quinoa, soaked and cooked quinoa, and they're all gluten-free grains as well. Alternatively, if I've been to the gym, I'll have a protein shake. And sometimes I'll put a lot more in it. So I'll put chia seed, hemp seed, I'll put lots of different things, and I'll go into that in more detail in meal prep and planning. And I tend to use just the NutriBullet because it's quick, it's easy to wash, and you can drink it straight away. Sometimes if I know that I need protein, because I'll use a protein shake. And I use Sun Warrior, and if I'm in a rush but I just want to get some extra protein, I'll literally put the scoop of protein powder, add some water, and that goes through the digestive system within about 45 minutes. So it's quick, fast absorption, quick, fast digestion, and you're not going to be full if you've had a full smoothie type, if you're encroaching on on lunchtime or dinner time. So that's another strategy I use sometimes. What happens next is lunch, and that might happen about 12 or 1 o'clock, and lunch and dinner tend to look the same or very similar. So this I knocked together literally in just half an hour. So I made a sprouted lentil soup with some which has got curry powder in it, ginger, it's got turmeric, fresh turmeric, powdered turmeric. I've put some mung beans on the top. There's some coriander or cilantro if you're in the States. And on that plate as well, you'll notice that every time I have some food of some description, I'll also have some sauerkraut. And that's important for digestion, it's good for gut bacteria. So finding good supplies of sauerkraut is important, and you can also make your own too. You'll also see seaweed, that features a lot on my plates. And also living foods, which are these sprouted radishes and sunflower and snow pea, and then mung beans I've just sprinkled on the top to make it look pretty. So here's another dinner option. And before dinner, I would have another juice and another wheatgrass, if I'm really on point and doing this every day. So for dinner, it would look much the same. And usually there's probably something extra on the side here. That might be courgette noodles, or it might be something else, but the main theme of the meal is a big salad. And if you've seen Chris beat cancer, he just puts it in a big bowl, mixes it up, puts a bit of dressing on it. I like to put it on a big plate and spread it out and make it look like this. So there's lots of different options, but the key principle is getting as much fruits and veggies raw into the body. Now you'll see here as well, I've got some sprouted crackers that I made with the dehydrator, and we'll go into that in a bit more detail in meal prep and planning. But again, it's got sauerkraut, it's got the dulse, it's got lots of veggies. And that's the end of the food part of sort of the daily routines. And what you've also got to think about is, that's nothing different to what you do already. You wake up, you have a breakfast, you'll have some kind of drink, maybe tea or coffee. You'll have routines that you've already got set into your daily rituals. And it's just looking at and saying, okay, well, what can I upgrade? What can I change? And that's what I've had to do, is just look at each of the things I've been doing in a day and then upgrading those routines and adopting a healthier lifestyle. So you can see what I've got now on the table compared to what I used to have, which might have been a bacon sandwich, it might have been a coffee, it might have been no lunch because I've been on a rush. My body's getting a lot more of the building blocks it needs to rebuild itself and the tools for life.